Typically in a fiscal year, 1/3 of the food produced on farms never makes it to the shelf or a plate of someone. It just goes to waste, which is so terrible because every day someone faces food insecurity. But now it's almost risen to 2/3. Right when college got canceled and a bunch of us students decided to go back to home, we had a lot of time on our hands. And these two LA kids, James Knopf and Aiden Riley, both want to do a little bit good because there's so much bad publicity of all the terrible things happening in the world that they wanted to shed a little bit of light. What they ended up doing, they picked up the phone, they started calling a bunch of food banks like, hey, how can I help? How can I help? And it's the same answer every time. They're all like, we just need food. However you can get us food, we'll take it. So the next thing they did, they started calling all these local farms. And at first, a lot of them were hesitant to respond to 20, 21-year-olds saying, oh, you want to pick up 1,000 eggs or 1,000 onions? But all it did was take one. They found a local farm here in LA with thousands of eggs, and they drove a little U-Haul that they rented and drove it from that farm to a food bank and delivered thousands of pounds of produce on day one. And then since that day, they found a few of their buddies from Brown doing it on the East Coast. They decided to join forces and create what FarmLink is now. Within the past, I think 9 weeks, we've grown to a team of 180 college students who just want to do some good for the summer. I'm a media specialist and also on the fundraising team. 9 to 9:30, we have our media team meeting, just talk about daily objectives, what halted us the day before, did we surpass or meet our goals? And then I do the same thing for the fundraising team from like 9:30 to 10. Throughout the day, it's coming up with different ideas for content, different partnerships. Now allocating a lot of our time and effort is to go above and beyond rather than pairing food to places that are convenient to placing food where it's necessary. One place we're trying to merge to is the Navajo Nation down in Arizona because the Indian tribes are suffering from massive food insecurity. And it's more isolated than other parts of the world. So most typical food finders situations are just sourcing food to whatever is convenient, not to places that need it the most. In the art of sports, you do a lot of stuff that you never see materially initially. Working in nonprofit, a lot of the legwork that we do at first, you're not going to see a result. But just understanding that if you keep doing it consistently, it's going to pay off. Everyone from volunteers to people who need the food are so appreciative. And even like with them wearing their mask, you like see their like cheeks, it's extending and like seeing them smile.